fantastic surfing all day long, and now just 14 heats remaining to decide who wins the third stop of the 2025 Challenger Series. The Lexus US Open of Surfing, presented by Pacifico, delivered on this Saturday. And here on the 805 Post Show, we are going to try our best to recap all the action. And yet again, I can't believe we have breath yet left, because this was an action-packed day. Rosie Hodge, Tanner Gadowskis, and outside AJ McCord. Rosie, how would you recap this Saturday?
I've got whiplash. Honestly, like, it was such a huge day. You mentioned the 20 heats, but there were some heroic moments, clutch performances, and obviously with that, there's that little bit of tinge of disappointment for the athletes that are sent home. But we are keyed up for an amazing finals day.
Absolutely, Rosie. You talked about finals day, and of course with that comes just that bittersweet for the athletes that did not make it. But Tanner, for the ones that did, how critical was it to make through to today?
I feel like that's why we all watch the Challenger Series on a day like today. You can see it come to fruition. It's the pitfalls of a bad loss, and it's the joys of a victory, and we got all of that. Like, I feel like I'm kind of still coming down after calling those last two heats, which were both incredible with fantastic endings. So today is delivered like 10 times over. I'm almost thinking this is the finals day, but then we get to repulse tomorrow and go again. So it's been a great week.
I don't blame you. The last two heats that you've been in the booth for had some incredible moments in it. And that last one in particular just felt like there were fireworks at every single turn. And you can see the crowd on the beach soaking in every single second. One of the surfers in that final heat, and it's just been awesome, Tanner, to see the support here at HB.
No, and also on top of that, these are two domestic competitors, so these are their home locations. When you're on the Challenger Series and these events come to where you live, it's so important and it's so awesome to do well. You're in front of your hometown crowd. Honestly, it's like it gives you the biggest glow. So to see Levi and to see Taro doing well together, they're both good friends. I got that good feeling inside.
And Rosie, we got to talk about some of the women just in general. What are some of the names that stood out for you today of who's moving on to finals day?
Man, there were so many key performances for me. I think the heat with Annette Extabarri was just incredible, very exciting, action-packed. I like the way that Tia Zabrowski was surfing. There were so many moments. Sawyer Lindblad, as a championship tour surfer, she's making it look easy, which is so tricky. And then obviously, you know, on the flip side of that, we lost Sally Fitzgibbons, the defending champ, but she's going to be back in Portugal. I believe in Sally. But yeah, there's been, you know, the highlight moments of peaks and valleys.
And we're going to touch on that heat in the women's round with Annette a little bit later on. But first, Tanner, we're going to go back to the final heat of the day, because Levi Slawson, oh my goodness, the day was not done until he called it. Mitchell Salazar on the glass with Levi.
Yeah, thank you, AJ. Levi, congratulations. What a heat. Off record, I told you this today was really a CT at a Challenger Series event, especially with the format being 4-person heats. What a way to cap off the day. How do you feel after winning both your heats today? Congratulations.
Yeah, I feel amazing. This whole event, this whole week, I've been putting a lot of work into this event, and just over the last couple of weeks, yeah, just surfing a ton, and yeah, just trying to dial in my boards, and they feel amazing, and yeah, just trust my surfing. I mean, I like partially grew up here, like surfing so many events and just being at this beach so often, so it feels super familiar, and the stage is bigger, but I mean, I just competed against one of my best friends, Tara, and we've been doing this since we were little kids, so yeah, it feels great to get 2 heat wins today, and yeah, move on to the man-on-man.
How gratifying and even satisfying is it to be able to do this, perform this way after the injury that you had at the beginning of the year, even competing in the CT event like that in El Salvador?
Yeah, for sure. I messed up my ankle pretty bad at the beginning of this year, and it was I got a wild card to the CT in El Salvador, and I tried to surf through the injury there, and it was really bad, and I'm still kind of dealing with it right now even, so it feels great to just be progressing through heats, and yeah, just trying to work on my ankle as much as I can, and yeah, just feeling great this week. I hope I can just keep plugging along and trusting my surfing.
A lot of support both on the beach and online. I know your friend Matt getting married right now in Michigan. Anything you want to say to the public out there?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to say again hi to Matt and my brother Noah and my homie Kobe Gilchrist and all the boys out in Michigan. I know I'm supposed to be there with you guys, but trying to make you guys proud over here in Cali, and gonna come celebrate and party with you guys after. But hope you guys had a good day. I miss you. I love you guys. And yeah, thanks to all my supporters online and watching back home in Encinitas. And yeah, let's go Encinitas.
Congrats, kids. San Diego represented here, AJ. Just another San Diegan like yourself. Congratulations, Levi.
Nothing like hearing your hometown shouted out on the broadcast, especially when he's doing us so incredibly proud. Tanner, Mitch mentioned in that post heat that there is so much CT caliber that we saw today. What does it mean for Levi to have that kind of performance going into finals day?
Well, what Levi represents, I think, is really important to the U.S. Open culture. He comes from a free surfing background. He brings those electric, out-of-the-box maneuvers to the competitive arena, which he's done all day. He had a crazy backside air reverse in his heat earlier. And we, as the viewers, as the commentators, we all win, but it always feels like it's baked into the culture here where you have these clashes of competitive machines matching up with these guys. So tomorrow, I'm sure it's going to be fireworks.
I mean, it has to be. It's finals day at the U.S. Open of Surfing, Rosie. If there's one thing that's guaranteed, it's fireworks. And I feel like we just got a preview today. We're going to dive into the men's round of 16, heat number 2, because if anyone is going to bring fireworks to Huntington Beach, Kanoa Igarashi yet again, but Poulos, Barry, Huxtable all in that incredibly stacked heat. Rosie, Kanoa having to do a board change in the middle of it, and so what?
I know, exactly. It's just so comfortable for him when you're at your home break, you're in front of this crowd. He loves this energy. He said surfing in front of his friends, and you could tell that look in his eye. Like, he's loving the work that he's doing today, and he's doing it so well.
And then Dimitri also advancing in that one, Tanner.
But this, I mean, speaking of Kanoa, he has just been lights out from the very get-go. He has a strange ease to him. Even in his post-heat interviews, it's almost eerie.
Wholeheartedly agree. And then this guy also advancing and standing right in there with Kanoa Igarashi. Just what are you seeing out of these two in this heat?
Oh, it's been amazing to watch everybody go blow for blow. That was Kanoa. He found that underneath everybody in that heat and just cashed in. So, I mean, all of the heats have been great, but basically anything that Kanoa is touching seems to turn to gold.
Oh, and speaking of golden, how about that turn? What a beautiful highlight here from this Saturday. And so with that, Rosie, we've done the math. With 20 heats down, that means our men's quarterfinals are set for a beautiful finals day here at the Lexus US Open of Surfing presented by Pacifico. Igarashi making it through that heat with a 13.6 total, and then Poulos coming in just behind. And then, as we see who they're stacked up against, Ro, this quarterfinals on the side of the men, oh my goodness, if you had to pick one of those four, which one are you highlighting for us?
Oh man, I'm just loving the energy that we're feeling from Mateus Herdy at the moment. And Dimitri, I mean, he's got so much local support, the American here making a stand and going into the quarterfinals. He's been amazing. Incredible result at Newcastle. Can he back it up here at the US Open of Surfing?
I agree. Dimitri, he's a dark horse. Everybody, it's a fan favorite pick. That'll be a great heat, but also looking into quarter 4. Are you kidding me? Cade Matson versus Levi Slawson?
So much power, so much poise represented in the quarterfinals bracket for tomorrow. I just cannot wait. And Tanner, to go a little bit deeper into that, we talked about Kanoa, but in terms of the Challenger Series surfers that are going to be competing tomorrow, Rosie likes Mateus. Who have you been most impressed with the composure that they have shown throughout this really intense event?
There's been so many heats. AJ, that's a trick question.
I know. It's like going through the Rolodex of everything that we have seen so far. But I feel like, Rosie, Mateus is one of those where it's not just about his surfing, but we've seen him do the airs. We've seen him do the turns. And Tanner, he's gotten it every single time.
He's absolutely gotten it. But to be at the level in the quarterfinals on a final day here at the US Open, you know you have your formula dialed. It'll be about recreating it. And we talked a lot about the difference of making the quarters versus winning the event. It's huge. Every round you progress, you're just cashing in, you're doubling down. Personally, I'm going to back Cade Matson. He's had a great run before. I feel like this event is going to flip the switch for him. And that last heat was a barn burner. And he held on. He was confident in the end. And it came down narrowly for him to not make it. So in situations like that, rolling into a finals day, you almost feel like the luck is behind you a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Rosie, we talked about the women's round of 16, heat number 4. It was stacked with some really incredible performers. Alyssa Spencer, Tia Zabrowski, Sophia Medina, and Annette Gonzalez Extabarri. Tell us a little bit, Rosie, about what impressed you so much about Extabarri's surfing today.
Oh, she's been so precise and definitely dominating those biggest sections that's been presented to her, and just with such great steez too. Just loving the style and the freedom that I'm seeing in her surfing. Another one that was impressive today, but this is that unfortunate situation that we saw with Extabarri as well as Alyssa Spencer. And, you know, the judges, the majority of the judges deeming that the surfer riding the wave intentionally went for the collision against Extabarri. So that's a really just an unfortunate situation that happened in that heat. You know, both these women have had time to kind of digest that, and I'm sure it's a mistake that they won't be making again.
And Tia is one of those surfers. She came through that heat as well. And Tanner, when we talk about exciting surfers on the Challenger Series, this is it. She's who it is.
She is who it is. That heat was amazing. Rosie, you and I were in here for the call. It had the drama. It had the action. Annette has been so fun to watch this whole event. She has that X factor. And Zabrowski, oh my goodness, like she could truly be the one that wins this event. So takeaway is it was hot action, and we're looking forward to tomorrow.
And so to dive into that rule a little bit further, here's exactly what you were referencing, Rosie, which is that if the majority of the judges determined that the surfer riding the wave, in this case it would have been Alyssa Spencer, deliberately caused a collision with the surfer paddling out, then interference penalty 2 will be called on the surfer riding the wave. Any such interfering surfer will be subject to additional sanctions under that other rule. So that's what happened in that heat. And so our finals day is set on the women's side, and we have some incredible names who are coming through that. But another one that we lost, Sofia Medina, really exciting surfer, not making it through that heat. But then, Rosie, look at this. Is this a Challenger Series or is this a Championship Tour event? Because so many of these women have CT experience if they're not currently on tour.
Well, we're looking at the portal of the future of women's surfing right here, and we're seeing some very young talent that are blending in with some more veteran surfers, thinking about Sawyer Lindblad, Brisa Hennessy. But looking at those heats, Tanner, there's just so much talent.
I don't know about you guys, but there's something about Yolanda Hopkins that has just been, I'm all about it. Her energy in these post-heat interviews, the way she's presenting on the waves, it's frenetic.
And it's not just on the waves, it is who she is. I asked her today, so she did the free surf on dark this morning, then she had her first heat, then she went out for another free surf in between, and then she won her round of 16 to put her spot into the quarterfinals. And I was like, are you gonna go out again? And she was like, no, I don't think so. As a 4-time surfing today and locking in her spot at the finals day, she still had to wonder if she was going to surf 5 times in a Saturday here at Huntington Beach. But I agree with you, Tanner. It's just so fun to watch Yo-Yo and bring that energy. And Rosie, I just cannot wait to see how these young women continue to raise the ceiling of women's surfing, because they're standing on some incredible shoulders and writing their own history as we watch them.
Yeah, and I love it. And just looking at that mix-up, I mean, Sawyer Lindblad is the only woman in the mix that has won a US Open title. So it's great to see, you know, that we could potentially see a new winner here at Huntington.
Yeah, it's always exciting when you see who gets that moment here at Huntington Beach, because it is so iconic. And thankfully, we're going to take a look at the Surfline forecast, and oh my goodness, Tanner, what do we have on tap?
It's so great when you have a day. So we had the lay day and progressed from that day. Every single moment after that, it's only gotten better, and that's going to continue to happen into tomorrow, which is the finals day. And when an event finishes in the very best waves of its window, that's a really special thing for professional surfing. And tomorrow, it sounds like we're going to have some solid swell, 4 to 6 foot faces, variable onshore wind, which we've been seeing these last couple days. No big issue. Little bit of texture on the wave face, but everybody's handling it so well. So tomorrow, like we said before, it honestly could be fireworks.
Set your alarm. You do not want to miss finals day here at the Lexus US Open of Surfing, presented by Pacifico. It has been so fun all week long, not just watching this Challenger Series, but we had the longboard event before that, and of course, some really important moments along the way, including rising tides, which, Rosie, Tanner, we've been talking about that for a lot of the time when we talk about the women's side of professional surfing and how much it's raising the ceiling. It's starting here at Rising Tides, where some of the best up-and-coming surfers in the region get a chance to surf with their heroes, and it always gives me goosebumps. Check it out.
We are currently at the Lexus US Open of Surfing in Huntington Beach, California, kicking off our one and only Rising Tide stop on the Challenger Series. And today we got a really fun mix. We got Zoe Benedetto, Sawyer Lindblad, Bella Kinworthy, Talia Swindoll, top Challenger Series surfer. And you know Sawyer Lindblad? Yeah. This really is their first taste. They're going to meet the pros.
What's your name? Hilarious. And I'm Slow and I'm Talia. Nice to meet you.
So it's kind of cool. We get to kickstart their career with them, and then we get to follow them and cheer them on as they go through the draw.
Emily, you want a small or medium?
The Q&A was super fun. The girls had lots of questions, a lot about surfing pumps and boards and equipment.
What's the biggest wave you guys ever surfed?
Probably like Sunset Beach. Actually, no, Tahiti, yeah. Chopu was the scariest wave I've ever surfed. They seem to be really competitive and serious.
Let me show you how to do it. Yeah, it was my first session. And
Fourth session of the day?
yes.
Oh my god.
She got an iPhone traction pad.
No, don't tell me.
I want to be a pro surfer when I grow up. Rising tides is super, super, super cool.
The young energy that they bring is like really inspiring, and it's just like I remember feeling that way with the older girls when I was growing up.
I think it just makes it fun because you get to be a bunch of girls who really inspire you, and one day you may even get to compete against them. Like, it's just so fun to like surf with them and get like the inside scoop.
And they get the opportunity to be around the women that they've looked up to and to have kindness shared with them.
I like the one at Huntington.
Yeah, you gotta say
I like to do
I mean, surfing is a metaphor for life, right? You never know what you're going to get, and you have to be creative, you have to be strong, support other women and other girls to get where you need to go.
I grew up like being one of the little girls, and I got to like surf with the girls I looked up to, and it was just such a special day. And so I'm sure that a bunch of them will like be in the same spot, and that's just like so cool to see.
Kind of created this really cool mentality around the world. Girls are watching their friends in Brazil do it, in Tahiti surfing chopu, and it's like you want to be a part of it. You want to be one of the girls that are in the program, and the world kind of gets to share in that. Once you've done the program, you're a part of the family. So it is cool. Yeah, girls are reaching out. They're asking when can they be in the next one. So we're opening it up. We want new girls to get this experience and then be on our tours, and we get to root them on.
Absolutely love what is happening with Rising Tides and seeing that pack of yellow jerseys paddle out every single time. All right, we have had 20 heats, and here we go. Your Eero top 5 moments. 5 of them that really stood out of so many potentials. Let's start with Ian Gouveia, round of 32, heat number 4, a 9-point ride, Tanner.
Yeah, and again, the way he was able to get fully rotated on that left as the current was pushing towards the pier, very, very difficult to do, and that blew the scale wide open for the day.
Casually dropping the highest single wave score of the event so far. And then Rosie, we've talked about her so many times, a past winner here at Huntington Beach at number 4. Here comes Sawyer Lindblad, heat number 2 in the round of 16. Thing of beauty to watch her surf.
Are we even surprised? I mean, just to watch Sawyer kind of in her backyard, short drive from San Clemente. Her brother Taj coaching her at this event. It's a full family affair, just watching the whole Lindblad family leave the beach after she's had a couple victories, and she's just looking so tuned in, so alive. Mentioning in a post-heat interview yesterday, this is going to be the last surf contest that she does for the entire year, so she's really wanting to make the most of this moment, and obviously that win here was amazing to her.
And then Mateus Herdy, he is locked and loaded and ready for finals day, Tanner, doing it in so many different ways today.
Something makes me feel like he's going to have an extra special day tomorrow. This guy, when he swings, he hits everything, everywhere. Super fun to watch. The variety of maneuvers he brings on a daily basis is unparalleled.
Speaking of unparalleled, how about the support on the beach for an HB local? Kanoa Igarashi, there were so many signs, Rosie, for this man who grew up surfing this break and that expert knowledge showing up today.
Oh, it was like we've been saying, it looked so easy for Kanoa. He was just on all the best waves, and he should be. It's his home break, but the level of comfort is unparalleled. I mean, this guy's got to get on a flight on Monday for Tahiti, but the Japanese support, you hear them going nuts on the beach. It's been so fun to see all the Japanese flags and everyone coming out to support not just an HB local, but also the Japanese national. So very cool to watch Kanoa's run through this event.
And Kanoa gets fired up by this crowd every single time he comes in. I have no doubt finals day going to be even more fired up to try and get a win here at his local break. And talk about carrying momentum from continent to continent, Tanner, talk about Nadia Erostarbe.
This turn was absolutely lights out. Today, the buzzword was the Basque country. Nadia and Annette throwing down, and she comboed it with this left. You could tell she had reached that space where it's really nice to see competitors go to. They're comfortable, they're confident, they're loose, they're flowing. Nadia, she's gonna double down for tomorrow, so it'll be very, very exciting to watch.
Might I dare say that they are basking in the golden glow here at Huntington Beach? I think we might. The penultimate day of surfing here at the Lexus US Open of Surfing presented by Pacifico was so incredible, Ro. I think the question I want to know from you is what is the moment that is going to be replaying in your head as you go to sleep tonight?
Whoa.
I know. Big one.
I'm going to just have like a movie montage of all like the airs that we saw.
Film.
And I definitely think just those one maneuver options from everyone was just like, this is just going to be like bang.
It's going to be so good, Tanner.
I'm excited because I know, Hiroto's almost a sleeper in all these draws and we've talked about, but he's won this event before. And just the energy he's brought in these post-heat interviews and his performance has been stealth. So I'll probably be replaying, like Rosie said, every single moment of the day, but I'll be anticipating what's coming tomorrow and hopeful for Hiroto.
Make sure you don't let those replays go too late because we have a big day tomorrow. It's a 7 o'clock call for finals day here at the US Open of Surfing. It's going to be so much fun. We had a top 5 moments, so many more highlights. So I hope you enjoy and thanks for joining us on the 8:05 post show for Rosie, Tanner, AJ, the rest of the commentary crew, and our friends in the truck. Enjoy it because it's worth watching again.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the